The Fresno Unified School District is the third largest school district in the state. There are more than 72,000 kids. We were talking about this during the break, how big this district is, enrolled last year. And as kids head back to class on Monday, there's going to be a lot of foot traffic that we haven't seen in quite a while. Deputy Chief Mindy Castro of the Fresno Police Department is with me today to make sure that things go smoothly on Monday. I know some of these questions are really painfully obvious, but listen, you know, safety is so important. We were talking about this past Monday versus next Monday, the difference in foot traffic and cars that are on the road. Absolutely.
We'll have an increased amount of congestion and pedestrian as well as vehicular roadway traffic.
Yeah. All right. How do we prepare? You know, I know teachers work throughout the summer months. Police do too, to make sure that things go well starting on Monday.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that process.
It's multifaceted for us. We have a traffic unit of nearly 50 people, and they'll largely be dedicated to school safety once school starts. We have our patrol officers who work the schools in their assigned beats. We have our student resource officers, are really the crown jewel of the school district, that work with our students, parents, and the staff at the schools every day to keep things safe.
Yeah. First day of school, the first week of school, always a little chaotic.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to figure out where they're going. They're getting back in, settled into their routine. What advice do you have for those that are on the road? So folks that are driving, maybe they're going on their way to work, haven't seen kids in a while.
Yes, the most important thing is just be aware. Be aware of your speed, be aware of the pedestrian traffic, be aware of the other vehicular traffic, and not be distracted. Be aware of those pedestrians. Sometimes the kids aren't so good at making sure the drivers see them. So obviously the drivers have the responsibility to yield the right of way to the pedestrians, but they also, for their own safety, need to be heads up on that and looking out for cars themselves.
Yeah, that's good advice for parents to
Yes.
talk to their kids and say, hey, listen, you got to watch too.
Yes.
And also a good reminder for parents too that are walking their kids to school. Let's talk about citations, tickets that are often seen in school zones.
Number one is absolutely violation of the speed. That's what the 25 miles an hour is pretty low, and we have to get used to that again. When children are around the schools, the limit is 25 miles per hour. Another one of the most prevalent violations is the failure to yield the right-of-way, and that's to pedestrians. So that's really important to watch for those little guys that are in the crosswalks or not, particularly in front of the schools. Sometimes traffic's congested, parents will double park. We don't recommend that. We actually recommend against that, but kids will dart in between cars. So we really need parents and other passerbys without children to be cognizant that the kids will pop out and where you least expect them.
Right, and they're small. You know, if you're
Yes.
driving two big vehicles, a big truck or an SUV, sometimes they're very, very difficult to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How about school bus safety? Does it surprise you how many drivers still drive around a school bus and don't stop for the stopping arm?
Unfortunately, it happens more often than we would like, and then our traffic unit will enforce the law when it comes to that. So.
Yeah, that's so frustrating. All right, talk to me a little bit about Fresno PD and how basically you work with the schools, because we have so many different buildings within this district. We're talking, I mean, 72,000 kids.
Yes.
It's a lot to keep up with. And
Absolutely.
communication, of course, is very, very important.
Yeah, and it's not just the over 70,000 kids in the Fresno Unified School District. We also partner with Sanger and Central Unified, where we have student resource officers assigned. So it's a tremendous amount of students that we worry about, and that we put their safety as our #1 priority at the first day of school and throughout the school year. So in addition to the traffic safety we've talked a little bit about, it's just on-site school safety. Our student resource officers, they don't just work with the students, they work with staff and parents to ensure a safe environment for our students. And that's really not just when the tragedy happens or when there's a school threat. It's actually building those relationships ahead of time with not just, again, the students, which is our #1 priority, but also with the parents and the staff in the school to assure that we're intervening and getting kids services whenever they need, getting them emotional, social support before something becomes a critical issue.
Yeah, we're talking here a lot today about outside the building, but talk to me a little bit about the key role of those school resource officers inside the building too.
Obviously, safety is going to be our #1 priority, but right behind that is just building relationships. That's what they're there for. It's to intervene in issues before they become a criminal matter. It's to support kids who may be going through something difficult. It's to support staff and educate them on school site safety. We provide training to the schools, to the staff, and we're always available for parents as well with regard to safety on the school site.
We will end with this. I'm curious, just as for parents and kids that are watching right now, what do you want them to know and think about before Monday?
Know that Fresno Police Department, our #1 priority is your student safety, but we want to partner with you too. Please be engaged in what they do, monitor their social media, talk to them about what's going on, and be a resource for them, and never hesitate to reach out to your student resource officer if you have concerns or questions or need some help with a matter.
Excellent. Thank you so much for making time for us this
Absolutely.
afternoon. This is very, very helpful.
My pleasure.